would you ask your alternate self if you ever
And I
met
just
them?
want to ask you to join me to entertain the possibility. Just imagine for a minute or moment that parallel universe do exist. And let's further imagine that through some unimaginable cosmic fluke, you find yourself face to face with another version of you. Now, what would that be like though? Okay, so the shock would be immense, all right? So imagine seeing your own face, your own body, but somehow different. Perhaps your alternate self is taller, shorter, has different colored hair, or bears the mark of a life lived differently. You know what I mean? Like tattoos or whatever. Maybe they had a hard life and they crawled their skin, whatever. But it's you. So, like, beyond the physical differences, the psychological impact would be profound. Now, you'd be confronted with a living, breathing embodiment of all the choices you didn't make, all the paths you didn't take, right? So you didn't join a gang, you're not a murderer, that type of stuff. You chose a different path, right? So this other person, you might be a widely, might be a widely, successful entrepreneur, while you're struggling out of a job like most of us are in 2025. Maybe your other person is a successful mayor, governor, or entrepreneur, right? Or perhaps they're a worldwide renowned scientist while you're a stay-at-home parent or you're stay-at-home unemployed, so they might be happier, more successful, or perhaps deeply regretful of the choices they made. Now, the possibilities are endless as the potential variations of the fabric of reality. So the conversation I wanted to start, if you could even manage one, would be fraught with existential questions. Like, would you for instance, speaking English, meaning, like, if you met your person, what kind of questions you would ask? That's what I mean. Like, would you compare notes? Would you try to understand the pivotal moments that led you down different paths? Like this person is in a gang, or this person is in jail doing life, and you here working in a bank or something. Or maybe they're millionaires and they're making money in the coffee company, and you sitting home waiting for an unemployment check. Like, would you feel envy? Would you feel pity? Or perhaps, like a strange sense of kinship, with this mirror image of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's tempting to think that meeting your alternate self would be a chance to learn from their mistakes or gain insights into your own potential. However, it's crucial to remember that this other you is not a projection of your hopes and dreams. Like, they are a product of a different set of circumstances, a different chain of cause and effect. Like, their successes and failures are not necessarily indicative of what your life would have been like had you made, different choices, right? So the encounter could also be deeply unsettling. Like, what if your alternate self is malicious, or they're cruel, or maybe utterly unrecognizable? Like, what if they represent the darkest aspects of your personality? Like the dark side of you that you never tapped into, thank goodness, and they have it. Like the potential for evil that lurks within us all, So, you know what I mean? Like a confrontation that, that could really, that would shatter my sense of self, like if you see yourself being evil and you're not evil, it forces you to confront the uncomfortable truth that even within the confines of your own, identity, there exists a potential of vastly different outcomes. So you could be a murderer, or whatever. So the question of identity becomes paramount. So my question is, like, who are you in the face of this other you? Like, who are you? Like, are you defined by your choices, your experiences, or something more fundamental, right? So the encounter with a parallel self forces us to grapple with these questions, like, in a way, challenging, assumptions about who we are and our place in the universe. Now, ultimately, the hypothetical meeting with a parallel self serves as like a powerful thought experiment. It forces you to reflect on your own life, your choices and the infinite possibilities that lie before you. So it reminds us that even though we may only experience one reality, the potential for countless other exists, perhaps just beyond our reach, shimmering in the mirror maze, of the multiverse. You understand what I'm saying? Now, as they would say, let's address the elephant in the room, right? I hate using that phrase, but it makes sense to me because the elephant's big and it takes up most of the room. Like, it just take up all the breathing space. Like, is this possible? And my short answer is, we don't know, because scientific understanding neither confirms or denies, right? Definitely denies the existence of parallel universes. I believe in it. But, you can't, I'll sound like a mad woman, like I'm signing now, because there's a lot of people that don't agree with me. They're like, oh, there's something wrong with her. She's crazy. I believe there is. Like, the idea stems from various theories, including like many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which suggests that every quantum measurement causes the universe to split into multiple branches. Like, it could be one, you could be a doctor. Like right now I'm collecting, let's say right now I'm out of work, which is true, I am, right? The next person is a mayor. The next universe, she's a mayor. The next person, she's a governor. The next one is a president. The next one is a murderer. The next one is a bank robber. The next one is a woman who's married with children, with 10 children. The next one is a preacher. You don't know. It's like there's so many of us. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, there's many worlds of interpretation of quantum mechanics, which suggests that, every quantum measurement causes the universe to split into multiple branches, like I said. So each representing a different possible outcome, but other theories like, involving like cosmic inflation and multiverse, but that our universe is just a bubble in the infinite sea of universes. But I believe in my, for me, I believe there's more than one. Because every time it's like I keep shifting into different things, different careers. Like, I have like over like 5 or 6 certifications in different areas, that I would like audit, that I had knowledge of. I'm like, how did I know how to work at a bank? How did I know how to process mortgages? How did I know how to do business analyst? How did I know how to do this? It just happens. So it got to be other people in other universes that have these careers, right? And that for some reason their ideas are being shipped to me, and I have to say, maybe I'm in the lowest part of the earth. Maybe I'm the last one, because I'm seeing all these different careers and I'm like confused, like, what should I do? Because I should go in this one, I should do this one, I should apply for this job, and there's so many different ones. So I'm thinking that maybe everybody above me, and I know, I have to say this because that's what it feels like. Everybody in the other universes are above me, and I'm at the bottom. And I feel like their ideas is trying to get me out of my situation to reach their level. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? So, it's not like I'm passing down ideas. I'm getting ideas. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. So, but the thing is that suppose things shift and you meet yourself and that person is higher than you, that's better than you. I'm not saying better, but has a better, maybe you're fat and they're thin. Maybe your hair's short and their hair's longer. Maybe you're and they're better looking. It's just how would you handle that? Like, would you ask them, how did you look like that? And then you start to feel cheated, because then you'll be like, why was I chosen to be fat? Why was I chosen to not have a job? Why was I chosen to have I'm just saying, why was I chosen? And you look better. How come you have blue eyes and I have brown eyes? Like, what's happening? What was I was the last end of the stick? Would you really feel like that? Think about it for a minute. I'm just saying. Think about what I said for a minute. What would you do if you bet yourself, your absolute same self, and they have everything that you strive to get but never can get to? How would you handle it? Let me know.